Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. My nails are still messed up. I know. We're still working on this again. Like I said, I'm trying my best to get through some stuff here. So let's see here. If I size this to my chest, down my arm, I'm just going to show you roughly, just a rough estimate of where we're at on my arm. See, we've got about least that much before I'm getting into cuffs or anything like that. So I've got about a space about that much, give or take. And this is just a rough estimate. I just size it to myself because it is for me. So I'm not going by like measurements and that kind of stuff. I am actually just going by feel because I'm crazy like that. Now I'm going to grab out this because it is definitely helping with this clumps that are coming out. This is keeping it a little bit easier, less clumpy. So we're just going to run it through that piece there. And hopefully it'll work the way I want it to. It should. We're going to get that. We're going to get this. And we're going to get going with the crochet today. How exciting. So hopefully everybody's having a great day. And super glad you're here. Ready to get started. Tilt my light a little. There we go. That's what I wanted. A little more light. So, we're just doing a granny stitch. This is a hexagon cardigan, and this would be the first side. This is going to be a long one, and I'm really thinking, I'm going to put a hood on it. I want a hood. That's what I've decided. I'm going to make a hood for this one. And possibly some big pockets. Because if I'm going to wear this as a back and forth outside jacket type deal for lighter weather, then I'm definitely going to want a pocket. I sometimes like to put my phone in my pocket when I'm taking the bus because the bus code is on my phone. And I'm always listening to music when I'm on there, so I'd really like to have my phone be easily accessed. So, those are some of the plans on this. And I am considering maybe a belt. And possibly at least 2 buttons. Hold on. My foot's asleep. One moment. Sorry about that. Oh, that's better. Nerves in my back are really causing my foot to go to sleep very easily. So I've been working on my mobility, my flexibility, and my stamina. Let me guess, I'm way off, aren't I? Yeah, I definitely was. Okay. Sorry if I went off screen there. It is really tricky for me to see this phone. It is right in front of my nose. So I have to lean way back to see whether or not, because I have to use a different tripod. Because mine is completely just ruined. It is not fixable. I don't think I'll be able to fix that. What it's doing and where it's doing it is not going to be easily fixed. So I'm probably going to have to send that to the recycling. And yes, it can go to the recycling. They will refurbish it. Or break it down to something else. We have a very good recycling program in this area. In fact, like, if you are sending food stuff to the dump, which is mostly what they have it designated for, because everything else goes everywhere else, and when you get a bunch of food stuff, they are taking part of the local dump and turning it into a lovely, lovely fertilizer. So they're always out there with their dump truck, or not dump trucks, but their tractors turning over the fields of the food to keep it from catching fire, of course, because the methane and all that stuff. Whenever you're composting, there's a chance that your compost may catch fire. This is standard, but it is beautiful, beautiful stuff. I've actually used it in my gardens before, and oh my gosh, is it ever nutrient rich. But it is a local thing, so I don't think they send them all over the place. I have no idea if it goes anywhere, and so I'm not even going to mention the name of it. But it is a really good program, and I hope they start doing it all over the place. Oh my gosh, that is going to be awful. So I'm just going to show you just how much just came out of the middle of that skein and how messy it is. So I'll be working on this one for a little bit. This might be the next 2 videos because I'm going to have to get through that before I can put it away. Because we're getting to that point of the day, which is fine by me. I have some chores to do, and was hoping to play one of my games I got for my birthday. So I need to make a little time for that today. And my nails need to get did. I got a beautiful neon coral that I'm thinking about maybe trying. Maybe. We'll see what I come up with. I did these ones just because I wanted to see the different types. So I did a plain blue, then I did the multi-blue on the tip. It has a bit of a shimmer, and then I put the glitter over top of it. And it didn't last that well, but I did have a pretty busy week, so that happens. And I did a bunch of cleaning as well yesterday, so that just kind of killed the rest of it. That's why that one is so done. When you're using steel wool to clean a stove, that kind of thing, it will tend to take your nail polish off, even really good stuff. So I don't feel too bad about it. And I've gotten quite the collection now, but I don't think I need to really go too crazy with it or anything. I can definitely do my nails and clean them off, so I'm good. I'm good for now. Unless we get some colors I don't have. I don't have any greens, and I could use some more burgundies. I don't have any burgundies at the moment, and that's a color I usually like. I usually have a dark burgundy that has a bit of a black to it. Burgundy wine. Just because it looks very blood red for my whole vampire feel when I'm feeling vampire-y. Doesn't happen as much as it used to, but the one I used to get from Revlon, I still have some. But it's a really old one, and I just love that color so much. But it tends to scratch the wall, like if I go to pick up a towel off the wall or put it into the towel holder. Nail might leave a bit of a mark on the wall, so that color is kind of a tough one. Love it, but I hate how the first few days it scratches on everything. But I don't even think my original company, Revlon, I don't think they make that color anymore. If they even make nail polish anymore, I'm not even sure. I got out of the nail polish life for a very long time. Very long. I think this is the most I've done my nails in about 20 some odd years. That's why I've been buying so many, because a lot of the stuff I have is definitely well over 20 years old and definitely does not work very well. If I could even get them open. A couple of them you can't open. They just won't. They're just so fused shut. So that's on my to-do list, is going through the nail polish, picking what I'm keeping, and getting rid of the ones that are just not so good. And then I'm going to go and see about finding a holder for all my colors instead of where I have them, because they're taking up a bit of space and I want them to be organized, looking good, and clean. Look how nice this is. I just love working on this project. I do. This one I can definitely work on in the semi-darkness. I don't need to stare at it the whole time. Because, I mean, I can feel with my fingers. So if I'm watching TV, this one is a good one to grab because I can just do it by fingers for the most part. Keep my eyes up on the screen. Or if I'm reading something, yes, I want to crochet and read at the same time. I have a lot of books on my Kindle that I'd really like to get through, but yeah, I don't like just laying around reading so much. I like to do something with my hands. So if I can read and crochet at the same time, I could probably do it with knitting, but I do have to press the screen occasionally, so it's kind of a pain. But I think I could figure it out. These are my goals. These are my lofty goals of being able to read and crochet. Yeah, it's like walking and chewing gum. Good goals. Definitely want to do both. Alrighty, so that is a big clump coming along. You see that one there? See that? That's how it came out of the skein. So I'm going to gently untangle it a little. Move on to the next part here. Go to the next spot. And we're just going to keep on going through. Yeah, this one's going so well. A lot better than I thought. I got inspired when I first saw it. I wanted just to see what it would look like being worked up. This was supposed to be going down, way down on my list because it was a random buy. This was not a planned situation at all. This is one of those times where I saw some yarn. I liked the yarn. Got it home. Started playing with the yarn. And then I decided what I wanted, so I had to send people back to go buy me a couple, more before it was gone. And I'm glad I did because it did sell pretty fast. And yeah, it's really not one you can find. And this is my colors. These are my colors. They cannot be any more my colors than this. This is my vibe, like an oceany, not oceany, sorry. It's like a lake we have nearby here. It has all of these colors. It is blue-green, and it is just stunning. My hair matches this. Like, when my hair is fading out and whatnot, it does get the greens in it and stuff. So a lot of people think my hair is super green, and I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with that. It's just, it fades in spots. And if it fades to a light green like that with a baby, like a pretty teal with it, it is beautiful. So I'm okay with that. Right now, I've got about 2 inches of roots showing, and I'm just waiting for my dye to come in. So yeah, I'm still going to work with all this root showing, but that's what you do. That is what you do. Oh goodness. Come on. I don't want you to be like that. Okay, yeah, you are going to be like that, aren't you? I am considering adding a second color to my hair, though, to have a teal blue, and I'm thinking maybe the silver. I've always wanted to try silver. I don't know if I want to try going all the way silver. So I'm thinking if I add silver as part of it, like, I got an idea. Thinking about doing layers. So I've recently cut my hair because of Brad Mondo videos. Love them. But I did a cut, and I'm thinking about doing the 2 colors, but doing it in sections. It all makes sense. So basically the gray would be kind of hidden under the teal, unless I wanted it up. Yeah. It would definitely be a very difficult one to do, so I am thinking that I will be doing it. And yeah, we're gonna see how it all works out. Hopefully good. I do have to get some parchment paper, though, to put between the layers so they don't bleed into each other. But I got an idea. And 2 and 3. And we are looking so good. we go. And we can do that. Because that is just an awful mess here, and I don't want this to turn into a thing. Let's go through here. My gosh, it's a good thing that tangles do not irritate me. I can handle this like that. It's magic. And we're just going to wrap that around my fingers a little better. That way I can hold it a little bit better than I have been. And we're just going to go through here. Making sure we get that beautiful, beautiful filament through there. It is gorgeous. Like, I cannot say enough about this yarn. It's too bad that it got discontinued. I'm sorry I missed it when it was new. But it is pretty, and I'm so glad I got some. And I'm grateful, because it just happened the way it did. And it was just a surprise project, and a surprise yarn. Usually I'm on top of that, all over it, in fact. But this time, I wasn't. I hadn't even heard of this yarn. Which is really strange, because I usually have at least heard of a yarn in passing. But this one in general, no. This one was a completely out of the blue. Didn't see it coming. Can't go wrong with that, though. Sometimes it's like that, and end up with a gorgeous piece. In the end, and it's going to be quite eye-catching and very, very pretty. But eye-catching in a good way. It's not going to be like super loud in your face, crazy, offensive, nothing like that. It's just going to be a soft, a shimmer. At least I hope that's what it's going to look like when I'm actually wearing it. It might make me look like I belong in some sort of blue-green cult. Hey, that'd be fun though. People want to put me in a cult, that's fine. I will be a cult all alone of blue-green. I'm sure I would not be all alone. Other people like blue or green too. I'm just being silly. The cult is not something I'd want anyone to be involved with. Maybe as a joke, but even then, it's not really that funny of a joke, to be honest. That's a scary situation all the way around. Messing with people's minds. Definitely. 1, 2, and of course 3. Now we're in a corner, so we're going to do 2 clusters of 3 double crochets, and it feels like I'm starting to get hung up on my yarn again. I'm going to pull a little more. We're going to chain 2 between our 2 sets of 3 double crochets into the same chain space. Like so. So 1, 2 for your chains to keep them cornered. Some people like 3. I personally feel better with even numbers, so for the most part I will usually lean towards an even number over an odd number every time. So if you want it to be a bit of a wider corner, fly at her with 3. 4 would work, but that would be in a really big corner, and I don't think I want them that big. I want this to be close, but not all the way closed. So that is why I picked what I picked. So like I'll have a shirt on underneath, you'll be able to kind of see it, but not really. Or if it's my skin, you'll see my skin a little, but nothing too crazy. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for joining me here today at all the crackers in the box. And I will see you again very soon. Bye!